So if you're looking to use the new multi-select dropdowns with the ability to have a dependent dropdown that's based on those options, in today's video, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to do this and set it up in your own Google Sheet. Let's go ahead and add our first dropdown in category. So I'm just going to select A and then hold down Control, click on that header row. I don't want to include that in the dropdowns. Right click, drop down, change my criteria to drop down from a range, and then come over here to click on Select Data Range. I'm going to click in here just to lock that in, and then click on my Settings tab, and then under Category, I can either click on A again and just add a 2 here to again exclude category, or I can just click and drag either way. So I usually click on the top if there's a lot of options, so I don't have to click and drag all the way down. And then once we have our data selected, we can just hit OK, and then make sure to come down here and check Allow Multiple Selections. Then we can click Done. Now if we go back to our Selections tab, we have our multi-select dropdown available. So in the original video I made, we would then add this drop down based on a filter criteria referencing this. And so I'll show you real quick what that looked like. So we do filter, we pull items where the category was equal to what we had here. And so let me go and unselect one of these. So for example, fruit. And then we'd use this list, we would transpose it, and we'd use this row as our selection for each of these. So this would come from here, this drop down would come from this row, and so forth. And so this worked great when we had a single selection, but now that we have multiple selections, that no longer works. So now it comes up with an error. And so what's happening is, let me go ahead and pull this out of there, is we're returning this. And so it can't match to a comma separated value. So what we're going to do is actually use a different method. We're going to use query as our function. And within the query, we had this option to do matches. And so matches, we can do a string where we do, say, fruit or vegetable, and it can actually match that way. So now you can probably tell where I'm going to go with this. We can actually take our result here, and if we can change that comma into that pipe symbol, then we're going to be on our way. And so we're going to do that with regexreplace, and then we're going to take our comma and then replace it with a pipe. And so just like this. Now we have an extra space there, and so I'm just going to add my space after the comma. They add a comma and a space. And so now we have fruit, pipe, vegetable, which renders as an or in that match statement in a query. So let's go ahead and put it all together. So I'm just going to copy this real quick, and then let's build our query. So query, and then I'm going to select my data here. And then I want to select B. I want to select an item where this, so where A matches, and now I can do my criteria that I just had. So that goes within single quotes. And then to put that formula in there, I need to add double quotes to escape my query string, and then ampersand, and then I can put that formula back in there. So let me pull this down so you can see that. And so now I have select B where A matches my criteria. And so now after my single quote here, now I can add another double quote to end my string here. And then I can do 0 for the title. And now I have apples, orange, banana. So there's my fruit and there's my vegetables. So now all I have to do is do transpose. And now it's on a single row like we need to populate our rows. Now, one thing is we normally drag this down to fill this up. But one thing that's happening is this numbers are also coming down. So if I drag this down a little bit, you can see now we're at A4 to B15 and so forth. That's going to result in some errors. So I'm just going to remove these all together. And then when I drag this down, it just goes like this. So at this point, maybe I'll wrap this with an if error, just so it turns blank if our thing is blank. So now if we drag this down, I'm going to go ahead and drag it down all the way. And scroll back up. So there's our options there. And then if we go back here, now we just need to add a drop down to reference this. And so I can do that by right click here, go to drop down from a range, then come over here and select that row. I can actually make this a multiple selection as well. And I'll go back here and let's just make sure, and this is the part that we have to do, is, I'll do this again real quick, is we need to go and edit this and make sure we remove these dollar signs. Because when I drag this drop down, I want this to go from 1 to 2 and so forth. So at the moment, if I dragged it down, it all reference that first row. But if I remove those dollar signs, now when I drag this down, it's going to refer to each one sequentially. Let's go ahead and drag that down just like that. And now let's go ahead and test it out. So we have our fruits and vegetables. Let's check our next one. There's nothing available right now. So let's go ahead and pick grain first. And sure enough, there's our grains. Let's pick fruit as well. And there is our grains and our fruit. So now we can do apple and wheat, for example. Up here, we could do orange and potato. And there it is. So that's all it takes to put together a dependent dropdown now with this multi-select dropdown functionality. So that's it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe if this was helpful for you, and check out the other videos on our channel for more tutorials on both Google Sheets and AppScript. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.